Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So I just thought I'd do a live today, last day of 2018, according to the Gregorian calendar. Is that correct? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's correct. Anyways, on my way to work, we generally work till noon on New Year's Eve, but things have changed and now we gotta work the whole day. So I'm like, bleh, but whatever. I think we get time and a half after 12, so I won't complain. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. As you guys see from the title, Mandela affected. The Mandela effect has not been a big topic for me lately. This is the premise. Excuse me, guys. The premise of my channel is Mandela effect. When I first started it, it was just so many weird things going on in my life as it relates to Bible changes and just changes in people more than anything. I began to see like extreme changes in people, even their appearance, even my own appearance. But their appearance is seemingly this Mandela effect has, kind of like brought you to a point of where you have to choose a side. And once you choose that side, or you choose, what you want to do as it relates to this matrix, you begin to embody that. And I think that some people have been switched out. I don't think that the people that we're dealing with, like our family members or whatever, are the same people. I don't know. Like, it's really, really like a scary thing when I think about it, because like, for example, my mother has always been a fluffy lady, for lack of better terminology. I don't want to say fat, but she did get sick and go into kidney failure, and as a result she's lost a lot of weight. Well, my mom and myself have always had, big bums, and even with me losing, 100 pounds, maybe 110 pounds, something like that, over the course of the last few years, never lost my bum. But my mom is completely lost her bum. And it's just weird seeing her because she doesn't look like or act like the same person. Now, I will say that she's always been a jerk. She's always, had trying relationships with her kids. So, Grand Rising to whoever just joined in. She's always had a rocky relationship with me and my brother because she's just a jerk. But now, since the Mandela effect, it seems like she is actually worse. Hey, prodigal daughter. Long time. The last time you came on my live, I was like ending it. So good to have you join. But anyways, but yeah, she's always had a rocky relationship with us. And I don't know, it's like it's gotten worse. Like, over my birthday, I celebrated a birthday, and I turned 43. So my ex-husband, for whatever reason, has been doing all sorts of nice, wonderful things for me. I don't know if he wants me back, but I'm sure after he came for a visit over the weekend, Friday he came in because it was our son's birthday. So he came in, surprised him. Thank you. Was it your birthday too? What day? And so he came in, and I have absolutely no attraction to him whatsoever. But he's even a little better as far as the side that he's chosen. Okay, so you are Sagittarius. You're still in the Sagittarius. I'm right on the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius on the 22nd. So, he sent an extra $50 to my family because my mom had planned on taking me to a nice restaurant in Atlanta called Papados, if anybody's ever been there, or if you plan to visit Atlanta. Papados is one of the best places to eat. They have them in Houston. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're based out of Houston, and maybe possibly Louisiana as well. But very good seafood, that type of thing. So he sent an extra $50 via my daughter so that I could have a $50 because the restaurant, the plates average between $17 and $35 a plate. So in order to really enjoy yourself, you probably need to come ready to spend $100 on yourself just by yourself. So my mom, who's on a fixed income, I just assume that, we're going out. I'm going to order modestly because I know that she's on a fixed income. Well, needless to say, she never told me that I had a spending limit of $50. Instead, she tried to cap off of the fact that I only got a $17 plate and a drink. So, I guess her intention was to kick back some of the money that she spent for Christmas, but that wasn't very fair to me because I didn't ask you to spend money on Christmas. I don't even celebrate Christmas. It don't make me no never mind. So that's how my birthday went. And I just started to really see this Mandela effect in the sense that people have chosen their sides. And if, with all the energies that are moving through, you can choose to be positive. I'm to the point where I can't even tolerate gossip anymore because I've chosen to move on the higher side of things. Me too, prodigal daughter. It was so aggravating. I can't even tell you how aggravated I was about the whole situation. And it made for a very rough trip because my birthday was on the 22nd and I had to be there until the 26th. So, you know how that goes. So anyways, my dad has been a recovered alcoholic probably since the late 90s. And now he's, I guess, recovering alcoholic is what I should say. Now he's relapsed and has gone full force back into drinking. My aunt, who wasn't aware of the drinking situation, was in town. It was just a big mess. The entire holiday was just a big mess. And so with the Mandela effect, I feel that there has been these sides, you have chosen a side as it relates to the energies that are moving through. And if you've chose the negative side, then you're just pulled in every way to this negative energy. I had to sit in the house with, I think I told you guys before that my aunt, stole my insurance policy that my grandmother left for me. So now that I have to sit in the house with her and my mom, who, just tried to cap an extra couple dollars off of the money that was sent from me to have a nice birthday dinner. So, imagine. And then, if that's not enough, my daughter is I'm going to say very, but my daughter's overweight. She's a beautiful girl. She's a business owner. She works from home. She doesn't depend on me for anything. As a matter of fact, when I'm short, she sometimes is able to send me money. So, she looks so, excuse me, guys, she looks so beautiful on Christmas. She went and got her makeup professionally done. She had a gorgeous outfit on. She's a big supporter of, small businesses. So there was a lady that made these boots, and she wore the boots for Christmas, took pictures and everything, pretty much advertising other people's business with her whole outfit, her hairdo and everything, and the makeup and all that, helping other people. So here comes my aunt, the thief who stole my insurance policy, calling me up to tell me how fat my daughter is and that she'll probably end up on 600-pound life. And I'm like, what the hell? What did you say? After 20 years, I'm 2 years sober, 2 years, 2 months. I'm 2 years and 2 months sober. Okay, so is it like prodigal daughter, is it like a medicine? Let me know, because he definitely needs something, because this is like bananas. But anyway, so like I said, she calls me up to tell me that my daughter, is going to end up on 600-pound life. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I don't know if you remember that that's my daughter. Don't call me up talking about my kids to me. I'm not going to listen. So, I mean, it's just like, I almost felt like the entire trip I was dealing with children, like little kids. Me and my kids ended up getting to it because the energy in my parents' house is so awful because of all the arguing and the fussing, and there's no clearing, there's no, burning of sage or copal or anything to clear out all these negative energies. Their house is falling apart. It was just an awful trip. And I don't think I'm going back for the holidays because there's so much expectation during the holidays of buying things and doing this and doing that. And if you are a Christian, then that's not something that you should be focused on anyway. So, okay, it's a tablet, but he has to stay sober on his own for 2 weeks before taking it. It's amazing. Okay. All right, prodigal daughter, I will look into that because he's actually former military, so he probably could get that through his benefits. So anyways, yes, it does, Truth Out Loud. Thank you for commenting. It does. And, like I said, I know that I'm Mandela affected. So when I look around at my family members and I see how just screwed up everything is right now. My dad is so messed up. So he went out and he bought some liquor of his own. My brother is a rum connoisseur. He loves to go like to the Caribbean or even order stuff that's Caribbean based as far as rum. He loves rum. But my brother is a very productive citizen. He's an executive staff at his job. So he can drink on the weekends and have his shit together for Monday. You know what I'm saying? But my dad, he gets, for lack of better terms, white boy wasted every time he drinks. So we were playing Uno, which is something that me and the kids do when we go down. And they were taking shots. Now, all of my kids are grown. My kids are, except for one, I have one 15-year-old. But the rest of them are like in their 20s. So they're playing, Unos, taking shots. And my brother had this rum that was pretty much full. It was new. He actually opened it at the house. And it was probably a bottle about this tall from my leg. So it was a big bottle. We go in the living room, we're watching a movie. My dad is in the kitchen and he's like distracting us with all this stupid conversation or whatever. And then we notice that this motherfucker done stole some of the liquor. My brother had this much liquor left in this huge bottle of liquor because he dumped most of it in his little drink cup that he mixes up with Kool-Aid or whatever. But it wasn't even so much that he drunk the liquor. It was just the way he did it, like he stole it. So the entire weekend, we're in the house with 3 damn thieves. My aunt, my mom, and my dad. Mandela affected. These were productive. Yes, he took most of the liquor. But these used to be productive citizens with moral values and everything. And it's like they are now these money hungry, liquor hungry. I mean, like, these are not these people are not my family. My mom, don't get me wrong, she's always been a jerk, but this is a new level of a jerk. This is a new level. And you dare not try to talk to your family about things that are real as far as the Mandela effect. You dare not talk to them about indigenous bloodlines in the United States. You dare not talk to them about politics or anything, because I always tell my family, I don't care anything about politics. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about Obama, because they're all front men for the real people that run the world. So whatever agendas they present, Obama with the gay agenda, Trump with the racial agenda, this is all the big stage, and we're all on the Truman Show. Like, who can't see that with all the fake shootings and all the media, crisis actors being caught on TV? Who doesn't know that at this point? But you cannot have these conversations with your family members. It's almost like you're the crazy person, and right. I think I made a video about this previously where I told my mom about the Mandela effect. In the Bible, I had the proof. I'm showing her the proof that the Bible has changed. Scriptures that we've known and loved all our lives are no longer those scriptures. And she's like, no, just stop. Just stop. Why are you always looking into stuff like this anyways? I'm sorry. Good morning, Miss B. I'm sorry. I just want to keep myself educated and know what's going on in the world. I'm sorry. Silly me. To look up the Mandela effect when I'm reading the Bible and it changed. Yes. She said, just stop. So I'm like, okay. So I did. I stopped. I didn't say anything else. My mom doesn't grow hair. Yep. We get shut down real quick. And my mom doesn't, just as an example of some conversations that I was having with her. We're from Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. Charleston, is supposedly an original slave port. Yada, yada, yada. I think this is where they, did the slaves going back and forth from the Caribbean to the U.S. and all this kind of stuff. I'm not a fan of the out of Africa story because it just doesn't make sense to me. So, I'm telling her, a lot of indigenous bloodlines of brown people, they don't grow hair. They, they're not like the Neanderthal where, like myself, my great-grandfather would be part, Neanderthal. He's Caucasian, or what do you call and I'm not saying Neanderthal like in a negative way, because we've all done history checks. We all know that there are hybrid people on this planet. So, and I would say that Caucasian people would be some form of hybrid, because you don't believe that story. I mean, it's just, when you get older and you start to rationalize truth out loud, you're just like, this shit don't make no sense. I mean, it just doesn't make so good. Okay. On YouTube, Miss B, okay. So yeah, and I just decided, in my studies or whatever, that I would share that with her. And I was telling her how, some indigenous bloodlines don't have, they don't grow hair. And me and my children are very hairy because we have Caucasian down the line in our bloodline. My daughter, much closer than myself, but I think my great-grandfather was white. So with that being said, I found it to be a kind of a good segue, because when you kind of coddle my mom or give her compliments or whatever, then she's more willing to listen to stuff. So I started out with that. And, I tried to kind of build into some other things, and mainly trying to get her to look into the Mandela effect, because my mom is an avid reader of the Bible. So she used to be. And I always, when it comes to the Mandela effect, I never understand how you can be a Christian, but you don't read the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, that has never kind of made sense to me, because, or either there's something wrong with these people. They're not real people. Like, even our family members, like, it's like there's a certain sector of us that are building on truth and that are researching truth, and we know what time it is. But then there's this other sect of people that are like zombies, and they can see all of this stuff happening around them and all this truth around them, but they will not listen. They won't even try to grasp what's going on. And it just, the mentality of people right now is so low vibrational. Even when I look into the, like, other videos I've made about Nature Boy, the fact that anybody in the entire world can still follow Nature Boy. Hey, Critical Break, Happy New Year to you. Gregorian calendar, I think, what it is. But it's amazing to me how people can be so low field and they don't see anything wrong with it. Wow. Okay. Truth out loud. Let me tell you, I wanted to be righteous so bad. I thought that there were so many things wrong with me, and I read the Bible inside out and backwards. So I was a deliverance minister. I was literally at the church 2 to 3 times a week. And I would always be so confused when I would see people acting the opposite way of what this Bible said we should be doing. Because I wanted it so bad. I wanted it to be righteous so bad. So I can't understand or comprehend people not reading the Bible when they say they're a Christian. That doesn't make sense to me. But I would assume at that age of 31 is probably when you started to wake up that something about this wasn't right. So I would almost guarantee. Of course, I understand it now, Critical Break, because I'll tell you, whenever I would read things like, let me see the one that used to confuse the hell out of me. Whenever Jesus said, well, who do you say that he is? Is it Elijah? Is it this one or that one? And I'm like, what? Why is he asking if it's so-and-so? Because it's a freaking reincarnation cycle that they were pretty much telling us that somebody could come back, or, you must be born of the water. You must be born again. So, at church we're singing, oh, you must be born again, you must come in at the door, all the stuff we would sing, and it didn't make sense with what I was reading. So, yes, whenever I came into realization, I didn't realize it back then that, and then also too, like the story of Lot. When somebody brought that to my attention, I was floored by how we just overlooked that shit. Like how Lot threw his daughters out to the homosexuals to be gang raped. And the angels could stop Lot's wife from looking back by turning her into a pillar of salt, but you couldn't stop the homosexuals that was at the door horny, wanting y'all to come out to screw? Y'all couldn't just banish them? Exactly, prodigal daughter. We are all recovering Christians, just like a recovering alcoholic. I love that. I love it. But anyways, this is my Mandela effect year. I mean, like, I've had exactly, could be more from all the ET races. Exactly, Critical Break. Exactly. So I don't subscribe to any of them. I follow Bobby Hemmett for a good while, but you have to follow your spirit. You have to follow your gut, because my gut kept telling me that the stuff that Bobby Hemmett was talking about did not apply to me, and I could not understand why. And I would always try to do some of these things that he was talking about. It didn't work for me. Did not work for me. And then Bobby Hemmett himself came back and said, my new philosophy is the gods ain't shit. The gods ain't shit. He came back on his last video, and he was kind of in and out of it, because you guys know that he had a he had a stroke. But for him to come back after 25 years of his work and say the gods ain't shit, that was life to me, because my spirit never agreed with the stuff that he was teaching. Not all of it, or some of it, but not all of it. And so when he said that, I was just like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. This does not work for me. Now, some things do work for me as far as, light work, because I'm not a person, like, I hate even doing reverse reverse candles and stuff. Exactly, you have to follow your own truth. You absolutely have to. And another thing he said, when he said fuck the gods and the gods ain't shit, he said nothing is going to get you out of this situation but your own soul. And I believe that with every part of my being. I believe I got myself into this shit and only me can get myself out of it. And even situations that I'm in my regular life, only I can get myself out of it. Nobody else, no Jesus or anybody is coming to damn save me from my situation. You know? Damn it, y'all, I forgot my damn Yeti cup at the house. Fudge. Now that means, I got one. Somebody brought me one at the job so I can fill that up with ice. But anyways, I gotta go, y'all. See, it's almost 8 o'clock, so I gotta go turn myself in to the slave master and be a slave until 4:30. So I have had a blast talking with you guys this morning. I'm glad that you guys joined. I plan on making more videos now. Okay, truth out loud. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't make videos all the time, but you know, I think that the people that are on my channel, I think it's a nice, quaint group, and I love it. Because we all, I learn from you guys so much more than you guys learn from me, I'm sure. You think so? Critical break. Okay, we'll see. I know this, what's it, Nature Boy Reflections, got all these people at my page about a couple of Nature Boy videos I made. But now that I'm in a nicer home and, I can make more videos, I plan on kind of doing more things as it relates to videos. I'm an older person, and I know like a lot of people are trying to get better health-wise, so I'm going to do some presentations with my teas. I know, truth out loud, that is the never-ending saga, right? Nature Boy, and I actually met him before he became the infamous Nature Boy, and I learned a couple of things from him when I first started my journey, but he's just proven that, that gut feeling I had that something just wasn't right with him, he's proven every last bit of it. So anyways, you guys have a awesome new year. If I don't talk to you again before then, like I said, I just wanted to make a quick vid before the Gregorian New Year comes in. If I'm correct on that, if I'm wrong, y'all correct me and let me know. But I'm going to get in here and get going to work. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that, 2018 was as prosperous and wonderful for you as it was for me. And if it wasn't, then you change your reality in 2019 because you are in control. Alrighty. All right, y'all have a good day. Love you guys. See you later.